Peace, YouTube. We're going to give it just a couple minutes before we start. I just wanted to confirm that you can see me and hear me before we begin. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, right. Just wanted to give it just a minute before we begin. And as you come in, let us know where you're from. MB, Queens, New York. Peace, Queens. Peace, MB. Welcome. Who else do we got? Okay, cool. Thank you. We got Dante. What's up, Dante? Welcome. Thanks for joining. All right, cool. Audio's good. The video's good. All right, cool. Yeah, exactly. Pompano Beach in the building. We make history in Pompano Beach. We ain't playing no games at Pompano Beach. Pompano Beach in the building. Let us know where you're from as you come in. All right, cool. Howard, cool. What's up, Howard? We're good on the visual. Okay. Austin, Texas. Welcome, Austin, Texas. All right. I'll just give it a couple minutes before we begin. Just a quick rundown of tonight. I plan on keeping this pretty concise, 60 minutes or less. I wanted to run through a short presentation that I have. I wanted to open the floor to anyone. Any Q&A that we have, any side hustles that you guys use that may benefit the community. So I want to run through my presentation and then we'll open the floor. But we'll first give it just a few more minutes before we start. Who else do we have? We have Michael Stevens, ATL Georgia. What's up, Michael? Thanks for joining. Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Anyone just now joining? Let us know where you're from before we begin. We'll begin shortly. We got my guy Abel. What's up, Abel? Oak Park, Illinois. Welcome, Abel. Who else do we got? Let's see who else we got here. We got Andrea. Peace, Andrea. Detroit in the building. We got Brooklyn. Oh, my guy Douglas. What's up, Douglas? Douglas is in Brooklyn. What's up, Douglas? We got DJ Williams, Oakland, California. Welcome, DJ. Who else we got? We got Julie. Peace, Julie. Miami, Florida. All right. Cool. Welcome, everyone. I believe we're live on 3 platforms right now: LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. So we'll get going just shortly. We'll get going in just a minute. I wanted to give it just a minute before we jump it right in. Anyone else? Who else we got here? My guy Elijah. What's up, Elijah? Pompano. We make history in Pompano Beach. We're not playing no games in South Florida. We're not playing no games. South Florida is the new New York City. South Florida is the new DC. America's top executives operate out of South Florida. So do we. We're executives. We're leaders in our field. We operate out of South Florida, just like the top executives in America. What's up, Elijah? All right. Who else we got here? All right, we got a few more people joining. All right, just before we begin, I wanted to actually push up this meeting. I intended to have this meeting next week, but since the market has pulled back a lot, I wanted to bring this meeting up 1 week and discuss ways we can cash flow and buy these great assets at great prices. So that's why short notice. I wanted to discuss ways we can cash flow while the market pulled back, so we can build out our wealth. All right, cool. All right, so it's just after 8 p.m. Eastern. So let's jump right in. Before we begin, I just want to make sure one more time that you can see the screen. Let me know if you can see that screen right there. I apologize in advance for all my tech shortcomings. So just let me know if you can see that screen, and then I'll maximize it and we'll get going. Elijah says he can see it. Okay, cool. I want to make sure. I'm doing this correctly. All right, Howard. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, let's get right to it. All right, let me hide that and let me maximize the screen and let's get moving. All right. All right, here we go. Okay. As you might know, this meeting's I wanted to discuss the top 8 side hustles I've used the last 20 years. So some of these side hustles I've used for 20 plus years. Some of them are more new, but I've used all of them myself. I'm not going to tell you to do anything I haven't done myself. I'm not going to tell you to live anything I haven't lived myself or that I'm currently living. So these are going to be my top 8 side hustles to build up my wealth. All right, let's make sure we're good here. All right, let's see here. Okay, let me share my screen one more time and let's get started. All right, hopefully you can see that. Again, my top 8 side hustles. This is in partnership with the Black Business School, and my name is Errol Seemangal, and I am just a free colored man. All right, let's get straight into it. Here are my top 8 side hustles I've used myself over the years. Number 1, math tutoring. I'm a trained mathematician. I've tutored math over 20 years. I used to work my day job, and as soon as I got off my day job, I went straight to seeing my side hustle clients, either in person or I meet them online. So I've got a lot of referrals over the years, and I've made a lot of money just tutoring math as a side hustle over the years. So this is the first side hustle, tutoring. All right, let me make sure everything's straight before I continue. All right, let's move on. All right, let's go. All right, that was the first side hustle. My second side hustle that I've used over the years was real estate rentals. I had traditional rental properties over the years. I made good cash flow from those rentals. But I also rented out half of my primary residence on and off throughout the years. That provided me good cash flow as well. So for all my real estate owners on this call, rent out your investment properties if you can. Suck it up on the short term and build out your wealth long term. Any short term discomfort was outweighed by my long term desire to build wealth. So I had to suck it up, sit my ass down, eat some humble pie, rent out half my primary residence on and off, and that provided me great cash flow. So that was the second side hustle I used over the years, real estate rentals. My third side hustle I've used, actually, I did this exact thing this past week. I went into my closet. I picked out a bunch of suits that don't fit. I picked out a bunch of jackets that I haven't worn in years. I picked out a bunch of shirts that I haven't worn in years that still had the tag on them. I listed them on OfferUp. I listed them on Nextdoor.com. I listed them on Facebook Marketplace. I wanted to liquidate everything I don't use. I'd rather liquidate these items at a steep discount instead of having them collect dust in my closet. I wanted to buy NVIDIA in the 80s. I wanted to buy Apple in the 170s. I prefer doing that than having a bunch of clothes I don't wear in my closet. So that was my third side hustle, cleaning out my closet. For all my ladies on this call, if you have a bunch of outfits that you don't wear, if you have a bunch of purses you don't use, if you have a bunch of shoes that you don't use, put that capital to work for you. Maybe you can list those items, liquidate anything you don't use, and invest in your future. So that was the third side hustle I used. I cleaned out my closet. The fourth side hustle I've used over the years is selling fruit. I live in South Florida. Fruit literally grows outside my front door. I go to the beach, coconuts everywhere. When I had my rental properties, mangoes growed on the property, avocados growed on the property, sapodilla growed on the property. I bagged them up. I shipped them to Cali. I shipped them to New York. I shipped them to Maryland. I shipped them to Georgia. I didn't wait on anyone's permission. I didn't wait on anyone's approval. I didn't wait on anyone's validation. I took the initiative and I sold fruit. And I put 50% of that revenue into the market over the years. So that was my fourth side hustle I've used, selling fruit. Here's the fifth side hustle that I've used over the years, selling options. Options started out as a side hustle for me, but it eventually became my primary revenue stream. If you're serious about building wealth, you need to study selling options. It's pretty passive in nature, and it provides a great return for your time, effort, and capital. If you're serious about building wealth, you need to study options. So that was the fifth side hustle I've used, selling options. The sixth side hustle I've used over the years is freelancing. A lot of you consult with me with options. A lot of you consult with me in business. I do my consulting on the side, but I've also used freelance websites such as freelance.com, such as fiverr.com, and such as TaskRabbit. So over the years, between my freelancing and my consulting, I took at least 50% of that revenue and put it in the market over the years. So that was my sixth side hustle, freelancing. My seventh side hustle, monetize my hobbies. When I was a kid, I was heavy into baseball. I knew all the players. I knew all the teams. I knew all the stats. I used to look up market value on all these baseball cards. I used to use a magazine called Beckett to look up all the market value of these baseball cards, and I used to sell them to the mall. I used to sell them to my friends. I used to flip them back and forth between my friends, and that's how I would make money. Fast forward to present day, I'm looking to monetize my workouts. I'm looking to monetize my love of boxing. I'm actually looking to monetize all 24 hours of my life, including 8 hours I sleep. All right, so I'm going to count sleeping as one of my hobbies. I'm looking to monetize my sleep. I'm looking to monetize my workouts. I'm looking to monetize my love of boxing. So the seventh side hustle that I've used is monetizing my hobbies. The eighth side hustle that I've used over the years is flipping items. I go around my household every so often. I flip items. I look up their market value, DVDs, anything that I can flip around the house or I have in storage. I look up market value, eBay, Amazon, wherever online. and I would flip those items. I actually flipped some land not too long ago. I remember buying land for 10,000, selling it for 16,000. I took that 16, I put it into the stock market. Actually, I put it into the options market, and that 16 pays me in perpetuity. So I took a one-time payment and I turned it into a forever payment. So that was my 8th side hustle, flipping items. So here's a quick summary of all my side hustles that I've used over the years: math tutoring, real estate rentals, cleaning out my closet, selling fruit, selling options, freelancing, monetizing my hobbies, and flipping items. All right, so here's some key takeaways from today's meeting. First takeaway: save yourself. So-and-so politician isn't coming to save you. So-and-so president isn't coming to save you. Santa Claus isn't coming to save you. Tooth Fairy's not coming to save you. Cupid's not coming to save you. HR is definitely not coming to save you. They don't like you like that. You must save yourself. And I say this as a reminder myself first. I must save myself. Nobody's coming to save me. First takeaway: save yourself. Second takeaway: your income is up to you. Your income is not up to HR. HR don't like you like that. HR don't like your resume like that. Your income is up to you. Your income is a direct reflection of your sacrifice, your persistence, your work ethic, your perseverance, your consistency. So income is up to you. That's the second takeaway. Third takeaway: most importantly, you must execute. All the talk is cool. All the hype is cool. All the inspiration is cool. It doesn't mean anything if you don't execute. Take action. Number 3. Takeaway 3: execute. Go execute. All right. For anyone interested in contacting me, you can look me up at my website, Seemangal.com. I will offer free 15-minute consults in April. If you want to book a free 15-minute consult with me, I ask you be on time. I ask you to be prepared. You can email me also directly, Errol at Seemangal.com. And if you're on social, we can connect on social media. I'm most active on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and YouTube. So there's my contact information. Lastly, for anyone interested in stock options, I will be preparing a lecture, Mathematics for Millionaires. Anyone in Miami, anyone interested in coming down to Miami, I'll be there on May 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern. What I'm going to do is review some of the mathematics behind option selling. So if that's of interest to you, if you feel that it will be a value add to your life, come check me out in Miami. If we haven't met in person, let's connect, let's network, let's get together. So I'll be down there in Miami, May 9th and May 10th. All right, so let's get back. Let's go back here. All right, I wanted to open up the floor. I discussed my top 8 side hustles the last 20 years. I wasn't waiting on anybody's approval, permission, or validation. I wasn't waiting on HR to come bless me. I could have blessed myself better anyways. So drop some of your favorite side hustles in the chat. I want to see what you guys do. See what you guys are into. All right. If you couldn't see the slide, I'll probably just re-record this and drop it on YouTube later on. I'm kind of slow with the tech, so forgive me for my shortcomings with the tech. But in the meantime, let us know. Let us know what kind of side hustles you guys do. What are you into? I know one that's very popular is rideshare, food delivery, Uber, Lyft, that kind of thing. I've considered that in the past, but some of those other side hustles I talked about were more profitable for me. All right, let's see here. Yeah, feel free to drop any side hustles that you guys have been using or are interested in using in the future in the chat. Let's see here. I'm open to Q&A as well. Anything side hustle related, anything business related, anything options related. If you got a question, drop it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. Let's see what Howard said. Howard says he's into sport officiating, excuse me. Basketball, softball, football, baseball. All right. Okay, that's cool. What do you have to do to get into that? How do you get into that? Is there a website? Is there a how do you get into that kind of thing? You know, me being a sports fan, you know, I might be interested in something like that. So Howard, let us know how you get into that. How do you start off with that? Let's see. Nonfiction says selling options, investment, property income, teaching IT classes. Okay. Now, what do you do with that revenue, nonfiction? For me, I took at least 50% of all my side hustle income the last 20 years and put it into the market. All right. Let's see what Andrea says. Andrea says that when my girls were young, I sold their clothes at various mommy and me and other sales events. Yeah, I noticed. I'm not really big into clothes, but I know I had a lot of clothes that I didn't end up using. So I'd rather liquidate everything I didn't wear or haven't worn in many years, and put all that money into the market, especially since the market's pulled back so much recently. Let's see. MB asks, how did you determine how to price your merchandise competitively to move? Some basic market research. Couple Google searches, a couple searches on Amazon, a couple searches on eBay. I looked up, what similar items were going for on OfferUp, on Nextdoor, on Facebook Marketplace, and I either matched that price or I just undercut them just a little bit. So that's how I did. That's how I figure out what prices I should sell things at. Just some basic market research. That's all. Nothing crazy. Douglas, thank you for your timely gents. All good. Thank you for joining. Can you mention the 3 platforms you use for selling items no longer uses? Yeah. I've used OfferUp. OfferUp, I've made a lot of money over the years. OfferUp is free. OfferUp's an app that you can download from the App Store. OfferUp I've used throughout the years. I've made a lot of money on OfferUp. I've used Nextdoor.com is a more recent website that I've used. Nextdoor.com. There's a section where you can list items for sale. Nextdoor.com is free, and Facebook Marketplace is also free. So I've used OfferUp, I've used Nextdoor.com, and Facebook Marketplace. Those three platforms are free. So free fits everyone's budget. And I'll continue to use those platforms. They're free, but there's other platforms that you can use that are paid. I know Craigslist, I think, is $5 per ad. But if I was just to sell one item, I'd make back way more than $5. So even if you don't want to use Craigslist for a paid ad, you could use those free platforms. Let's see what Howard says. Howard Douglas says he's joined. Okay, so I think I asked him how he gets going with the sports officiating. So he said, join local official organization, attend classes, workshops, pass an annual, true or false exam, and did sport officiating for over 20 years. Okay, good for you, man. Coaching youth sports is another way to start. Okay, yeah, no doubt. I mean, those are all great ways to make side hustles. For me personally, I'm at the point where I'm not going through any middleman to get paid. HR should come work for us. I hate HR. I don't like HR much. So at this point in my life, in my career, I'm going straight to the cash flow. I'm skipping all middlemen. I'm cutting their ass out of the equation. I'm going straight to the cash flow. So something like this, where I have to pass. For me personally, I'm just speaking on for me personally at this point in my life and my career. I am not getting any more certifications, no more degrees, no more approvals, no more licenses, none of that. I'm skipping all that shit. I'm going straight to the cash flow. Let's see what else we got. I know I'm missing some of the chat. Julie says, my side hustle is building my own business on the side until it's no longer on the side. Good for you. It's the main thing. Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing. I started off selling options as a side hustle, and then fast forward several years, and selling options is my primary revenue stream. So take your time. What's meant for you, you'll get. A lot of us think that things will work out on our time. I was guilty of that myself, but things work out on God's time. So just keep at it, keep consistent, keep putting the work in, and you'll get what you deserve. All right, let's see. Lisa says, Lisa's from Baltimore. Peace, Lisa. I'm new to learning options. I've been looking for safe stocks in $50 and under. What do you consider safe? Does that mean more flat? Does that mean less volatile? I've been looking for safe stocks in the $50 and under range that offer dividends and made consistent 5-year profits. They're hard to identify. Any advice on how to research? Look for if you're just starting off with the options, maybe you don't do anything too risky. Maybe you just dip your toe in the waters, get your experience up, learn the math, learn the psychology, learn the platform, and then gain experience. And as your experience increases later on, you scale up the number of contracts. So maybe if you're just starting off, 1 or 2 contracts just to gain experience, just to get comfortable. And then when you're ready to scale up, you turn 1 or 2 contracts into 25, 50, 75, 125, 150 contracts. So I'm new to have been looking for safe stocks under $50. Safe stock under $50 is SoFi. Pretty liquid ticker. What is it, about $9 or $10 today? That pay dividends. You don't necessarily need a ticker that pays dividends. You can create your own dividends by selling the options. So maybe just run plays on a couple of them. Maybe you run plays on the SoFi. Maybe you run plays on a under 50. SoFi. Check out SoFi for sure. Palantir. No, I think Palantir is in the 70s or 80s right now. But check out SoFi. Let's see here. Lisa says, going for cash flow. What about health insurance? Lisa? I'm not sure the question, Lisa. If you want to rephrase that question, Lisa. What about health insurance? Let's see here. Douglas asks, did you ever consider drop shipping? I'm beginning to give it some consideration. Any thoughts? A lot of this has to do with opportunity cost, right? Whatever business venture we do pursue, we have to ask ourselves, is this the best venture for my time and effort? Will this provide the best return for my time and effort? So drop shipping did come up. I don't know too much about drop shipping, to be honest with you. I never really studied it. I don't know what it is exactly. For me personally, over the years, I just stuck with what works. I wasn't trying to overcomplicate things. I just like to keep things simple. So I just stuck to things that work for me. Hustling math worked for me. Renting out my properties worked for me. Killing the options market worked for me. So I was kind of hesitant to venture into new things because what I was doing was working so well. So I don't know too much about drop shipping. What is drop shipping? I've heard about it. I just don't know too much about it. So Douglas, please let us know what drop shipping is. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so Lisa says usually going for cash flow often doesn't include the security of health insurance and those kind of benefits. Going for cash flow. Well, if cash flow is a priority for you, learn the options game. But again, you're chief executive of your outcomes. You're not just going to take my word for it. You're going to do your own due diligence and come to your own conclusions. So, but hey, I prioritize cash flow is one of my top priorities, and I studied many business ventures over the years, and killing that options market every period provides the best cash flow for me. It provides the best return for my time, effort, and capital. If anyone knows of a simpler, more direct path to cash flow instead of options, let us know. One of the reasons I like options so much is I'm direct to market. I'm cutting every middleman out of the equation. I don't want no middleman controlling my outcomes. I'm only subordinate to God. I'm not subordinate to HR. I'm not subordinate to this man or that man. And none of us are. I don't like the subordination. I don't want to kiss HR's ass. I'd rather kick them dead in their ass and go straight to the cash flow. So if you know of a bit more direct, direct path to cash flow than selling options, please share. Please share. Okay, so let's see here. I know I'm missing some chat. So yeah, look, I'm sure not only you, but a lot of us have come to the realization we've worked hard enough for long enough. We need to buy back our time. For those of you who haven't bought back your time, I suggest scaling your business. I suggest learning the options market. Again, options market is the most direct path to cash flow, in my opinion. Zero middlemen involved. Zero middleman. No middleman will control my outcomes. Only God and me will control my outcomes. So look, thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I'm sure many of you have busted your ass decades upon decades and are tired, are burnt out. I could relate. I was tired and I was burnt out myself. So for many years, I worked my day job. After my day job, I went straight to side hustling. After side hustling, I went straight to the gym. After the gym, I was in the house studying. And I studied, I prioritized my freedom education over the traditional education, right? My freedom education got me free. My traditional education got me a job. So for anyone out there, prioritize the type of education If you're trying to get free, prioritize the freedom education. If you're trying to get a job, prioritize the traditional education. All right. I wanted to leave some time. I'm probably missing some comments, but I wanted to leave some time for some networking. We got all kinds of people. We got all kinds of professionals on this call. You're a CPA. You're a lawyer. You're an engineer. You're a personal trainer. You're a subject matter expert in some field. So we don't need to wait on anyone. We definitely not wait on HR. They don't like us like that. So if you feel free, if you're comfortable, drop your contact information in the chat. Let us know where you are. Let us know what you do. Let us know how to best to contact you. I mean, there's 150, 160 people on this call. This is a $10 million call, right? At least on the low end, the market cap of this call is at least 10 million. Add up all our net worths, add up all our intellectual properties, add up all our skill sets, add up all our mindsets. At least on the low end, this is a $10 million call. We don't need HR. HR don't love us. We don't love HR. So if you want, drop your location, drop what you do, drop how to best contact you in the chat. You can find your next customer client on this call. You can find someone that's offering a product or service that you need on this call. So if you feel free to drop your information in the chat. What does Andrea say? Andrea says, I joined Prime but have yet to build a capital jump in. Plus, I need to unlearn buying options from 2 years ago. Okay. Again, you don't need that much capital to get started in the options game. When people ask me how much do you need to start, my general answer is 10,000 or less. But really, it could be as little as 2,000, right? I mean, SoFi is what? Just assume SoFi was $10 right now. You could sell a put at $9.50, so you'd only need $950 cash collateral. So you don't need that much to get started. But really, you should prioritize the education first, right? Learn what you're getting into. Know what you're getting into. Learn all the potential outcomes of what you're getting into. Just like any business venture, you're not going to jump in head first. You're going to maybe dip your toe in. You're going to maybe consult with someone who's done this at a high level for a long time. Consult with people that have more experience, and maybe you build your way up like that. And then in terms of buying options, it can be lucrative. One of my close friends, I talk to him. I consume his content on a regular basis, and he puts up crazy numbers in the options market on the buy side. But it requires more. This is my opinion. It requires more hands-on. It requires to be more hands-on. It requires more active involvement. And at this point in my life, my career, I'm not trying to be hands-on. I'm trying to be hands-off. Not to say you should do this or do that, but buying options generally is more hands-on. Selling options is more hands-off. I'm not trying to do more work. I'm trying to do less and less work, so I prefer selling options. That's my 2 cents. But look, keep studying, keep joining Doc's class. If you're interested in any consults with me, you can book me. Get with other people that are doing this at a high level, and your greatness will come. Your time will come. 1,000 reps a day is the key to greatness. Any field, only if you're serious, right? Most people in life aren't serious. I'd say 1% of the population is truly serious. What percentage of the population says they're serious? 98% of the population says they're truly serious. 1% of the population is actually serious. So if you are truly serious, make sure your work ethic reflects that. Elijah, let's see what Elijah. What type of option strategies are you prioritizing in this volatile market? And what sources are you using to stay updated on the market? Okay, first question, what type of option strategies are you prioritizing? I don't do too much. It's the same ones. Volatile market or not volatile market. I'm really running the same simple strategies period after period. You're familiar with selling covered calls. You're familiar with selling puts. You're familiar with the wheel. You're familiar with, you might have heard me mention the covered strangle. Those are 4. I'm going to keep one in my back pocket. Those 4 I'll say publicly. There's one I'll keep in my toolbox for some consults. But yeah, those are the 4 main strategies I run. Pretty hands off: selling covered calls, selling puts, wheel strategy, and cover strangle. Really, you can be financially free off of one strategy. So those are 4 of the strategies I currently use. What sources are you using to stay updated on the market? Yahoo Finance is a good one. TradingView is a good one. CNN Business is a good one. I know some people use Bar Chart. I read financial news every day. I read business news every day. I'm just so used to doing that the last 15, 20 years. I remember thinking back to business school when they're like, you need to keep up with business. If you're trying to make history in business, you need to keep up with what's going on in business. So I'm just so used to reading these resources on a regular basis every day. Business Insider, Forbes, other newspapers, Washington Post, Miami Herald, New York Post, some newspapers like that. But my top 2, my go-to are Yahoo Finance and CNN Business. Let's see what else we got. All right, let's see here. Okay, so Aisha dropped her contact information in the chat. Aisha does life insurance for anyone looking for life insurance. Get at Aisha. She's a subject matter expert in life insurance. Her phone number is, she said she's licensed in 27 states. So get at Aisha if you're interested in life insurance. DJ Williams, he lists his website as Sementra.com, 100% natural herbal solutions for male ED. He dropped his phone number, and he's based in California. So check out DJ's website. Get at DJ if you're interested in those products and services. Lisa Thomas says she has T-shirts, embroidery, and printing, and she dropped her website in the chat, forlifecreations.com. So check out Lisa. If we do business with each other, if we circulate our dollar with each other, we don't need HR, we don't need Santa Claus, we don't need Cupid, we don't need the Tooth Fairy. We can bless ourselves way better anyways. So check out Lisa, check out DJ, check out Aisha, and who else? Who else we got? Okay, so let me go back here. Let's see here. Michael Stevens asked, could you break down the covered strangle? Yes, I can. All right, so I'm just going to recap this right quick. I'm not going to go into the detail too much, but here's a quick summary of the covered strangle. The covered strangle is a combination of two strategies. All right, so you're familiar with the covered call. You're familiar with the covered put. So the covered strangle is both of those strategies simultaneously. Sell the call because you have the shares collateral. Sell the put because you have the cash collateral. Same expiration, different strikes. That's the covered strangle. It's not only the covered call, but it's the covered put simultaneously. So there's going to be one of three outcomes. You're going to sell out profit if the ticker closes above the covered call strike. You're going to rerun the strategy if the ticker closes between the two strikes. You're going to average down if you're going to average down and get assigned the shares if the ticker closes below the put strike. So if your mindset is correct, you can win one of three ways. It's all a matter of your mindset. So covered strangle is a combination of the covered call and the covered put simultaneously. That's a quick summary of the covered strangle. One of my top strategies. Covered strangle, you get paid twice. You get paid from selling to open the call. You get paid again by selling to open the put. What's better than one cash flow or two cash flows? What's better than getting paid once? Getting paid twice. So covered strangle, getting paid twice. One of my top strategies. Elijah asked, what are your top three stocks to buy during the dip? I wish I had another $500,000. I wish I had another 750. I wish I had another million, another 1.25. I'd put that money to, in terms of long, if you're saying buy, so I'm assuming a buy and hold, buy and hold instead of an options play. If I had another $1 million or 1.25, I'd buy and hold Triple Q. I'd buy and hold NVIDIA. I'd buy and hold Microsoft. Microsoft, from my understanding, is more of a software-based company. I believe they do produce hardware, but they're more on the software side. So they're less susceptible to the tariffs. So that's why I say Microsoft. NVIDIA's got the best product on the street. They serve everyone. They're the biggest dope man on the street. They serve all the mega caps. They don't discriminate. They serve everyone. So NVIDIA, for that exact reason. And then Triple Q, because of the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is heavily tech-based. America and the world run on tech. So Triple Q, NVIDIA, and Microsoft. Andrea says crypto XRP. I don't have any XRP. I hold some other crypto. I just don't hold any XRP. But again, you're chief executive of your portfolio. You're chief executive of your life. You're chief executive of your outcomes. You're going to make the best decision for you and your outcomes. You're going to do what's best for you. Let's see here. All right, so DJ Williams says, I was only selling covered calls. Now that my option stocks are low, what strategy can I use with some stocks since I already have 100 shares of them? Okay, so let me reread that. I'm better with business than I am English. I was only selling covered calls. Now that my option stocks are low, now that your option stocks are low, what strategy can I use with those same stocks? Selling puts. Since I already have 100 shares of them. If you have the cash collateral, or if you have a combination of cash collateral and margin, you can sell puts. So if you've sold the covered call and the market has pulled back, your covered call position is up. You can close that, you can roll that, you can hold that, or you can mix in a sell put on top of that. So look into the sell put. That's a potential play you can make. Let's see what else we got here. Anything else? Any other comments or questions? Drop them in the chat. Again, if you feel comfortable, let us know where you're located. Let us know what you do. Let us know how to get in contact with you. HR don't like you. HR don't like me. I don't give a shit. They should come work for us. We're better at business anyways. We give HR business lessons. They should come work for us. I'm not into ass kissing. I'm not into people pleasing. I'm not into being eternally subordinate. I'd rather go straight to the cash flow. No more degrees, no more licenses, no more certifications, none of that shit. I'm going straight to the cash flow. That's just me personally. Yeah, I like options, man. It's the most direct path to cash flow. That's just my opinion. If you feel different, please let us know. What's a more direct path to cash flow? Instead of me going people pleasing, instead of me ass kissing, instead of me updating my resume, instead of me making my resume nice and shiny, instead of me kissing HR's ass, I'd rather kick them dead in their ass and go straight to the cash flow. That's just me. I'd rather get paid directly. I don't need HR's blessing. I don't need HR's approval. I don't need HR's permission. I don't need HR's validation. I'm not into that. I'm only subordinate to God. Let their ass come work for us. Tell if you see HR around, tell them to send them. Let them tell HR next time you see HR. Tell HR to submit their resume to you. Tell them you're better in business. Tell them I need to see your qualifications. That's me. At this point in my life and my career, no middlemen. Zero middlemen will control my outcomes. Zero middlemen will dictate my fate. Only me and God will control my outcomes. So I can spend my 24 however I see fit. Let's see here. Howard explained staking as related to crypto. To be honest, I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to say something that's incorrect. I don't know too much about staking crypto. Please verify what I'm about to say. This is the minimum. This is the very little I know about staking crypto. I believe staking crypto is kind of like is similar to lending your crypto, but I'm not sure. So I want to reserve what I say. I want to hold back talking on that because I don't know too much about that. If anyone knows better than me about staking crypto, jump in the chat. Let us know. My guy Douglas, what's up, Douglas? Man, Brooklyn in the building. Brooklyn in the building. Let's see here. What else we got? Julie dropped her email in the chat. Julie's email is julie@empowerthrive.world. Check out Julie. Julie says she helps people who are overwhelmed, verge of burnout. A lot of us, have been overwhelmed over the years. A lot of us have suffered burnout, myself included. I was hustling 30 hours a day, 15 years straight. No exaggeration. I couldn't continue like that. My health was suffering. My physical health was suffering. My mental health was suffering. I had to learn that options. I had to scale my business. I had to learn that options game so I could buy back my 24. Let's see what else. Julie offers one-on-one sessions, group coaching, workshops, corporate wellness programs, launching membership. Okay. Julie dropped her LinkedIn in the chat. Check out Julie, and her Instagram. Check out Julie. Check out Julie's her links there. I wanted to keep this meeting on the concise side. I will think back to business school. Back in the day in business school, they would always be like, if someone asks you a question, answer concisely, right? So I'm trained to answer concisely. If someone asks me a question, I'll answer concisely. If I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know and get back to you. So in business, I try to be as concise as possible. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to be like, look, I'll get back to you. I don't know. So I wanted to keep this meeting to an hour or less. A few more minutes. Anyone, any final comments or questions, drop them in the chat. Anyone who want to drop your contact information in the chat. Again, this is at least a $10 million call. The market cap of this call is at least $10 million. We don't need HR's blessing. We don't need your HR's permission. Tell HR to come work for you. You're better at business than they are. What else? HR don't like your resume. No, not so breaking news. HR is not hiring. HR is not calling you back. Actually, that's a good point. I'm glad I remember this right before we wrap. The other day, I asked AI, on average, how many applications does an open position received? I literally asked XAI this the other day. How many applications do you think the average job opening receives? I asked AI that exact question. What do you think their answer was? So how many job applications, how many resumes does one job opening receive on average? What do you think? 10,000. Something crazy like that. That's a crazy number. 1 in 10,000. I asked AI that exact question. I think it was last week. AI said 250. So for every job application, imagine 250 resumes or applications are submitted, right? I am a mathematician by trade, yes. What's 1 divided by 250? What percentage is 1 divided by 250? Those are the odds that we like, right? 1 in 2. What percentage is 1 in 250? Those are the odds that we like. We believe those odds are in our favor. So do you see why I'd rather kick HR dead in their ass instead of go kissing their ass? I don't like the odds in 1 in 250. I'd rather bet on myself. I'd rather learn business, continue to learn business. I'd rather continue to kill that options market. I'd rather bet on myself instead of betting on the odds of 1 in 250, right? 1 in 250, those odds are not in our favor. HR don't like you, as a reminder. Right, there you go. DJ Williams says 0.004. 1 divided by 250 is 0.004. You tell me. Are those odds in your favor? If you apply to a job, not to say that applying to a job is a bad thing, but just know the odds before. Know the odds, just like any business venture. Before you jump in, know what you're getting into. If I apply to a job, there's 249 other applicants that apply to that same job. But I'm going to believe they're going to choose my resume. I'm going to believe they like me enough. I'm going to believe they like my resume enough to call me back. Those are terrible odds, right? I'm not an expert, but those are terrible odds. 17K, 10,000. Yeah, I mean, it's something crazy. I mean, 1 in 250 is a crazy enough number, right? Crazy enough percentage. So imagine 1 in 10,000. Imagine 1 in 17,000. Actually, don't believe me. Go on ChatGPT. Go on XAI. Ask them on average, how many job applications are received for 1 job opening. Check the odds. Don't believe me? Check AI. Ask AI that exact question. So if those odds are not in your favor, you have to scale your side hustle. You have to scale your business. You have to learn business. You have to learn the options market. What's the alternative? Shining up your resume. HR don't like your resume already. It's shiny enough. They don't like it. They're not calling you back. They're not calling me back. Not that I'm looking for a job, but they didn't like me. I didn't like them. Yeah, equal opportunity disliking. Before we wrap, again, if you want to contact me, you can check me out on my website, errolseemangal.com. Right there. I do free consults the rest of this month. As of May, no more free consults. If you want to book a consult with me, either to consult, scale your business, or to learn the options game, whatever that cost is, you'll get that. You'll get more than that in return. I'll provide way more value than the cost of that consult. Also, lead a few classes in the Black Business School, options classes. Actually, one of my classes, Mathematics for Millionaires, is coming to an end later this month. Considering starting up just a general business class for the community. Also, I have Winning Wednesdays, noon Eastern. We discuss the stock market, current events in the stock market, earnings, news, that kind of thing. On YouTube, live on YouTube every Wednesday, noon Eastern. Check that out if that's a value add to your life. Again, if you want to get at me through social, there's my handle, 416's favorite. Again, I don't need HR's blessing. I don't need HR's approval. I don't need HR's validation. I'm cutting their ass out of the equation. I'm going straight to the cash flow. If you're tired of kissing people's ass, if you're trying to go straight to the cash flow like me, I suggest book a consult with me. As a reminder, HR don't like you. HR don't like your resume. What are you going to do about it? Any final comments or questions, drop them in the chat before we wrap. Thank you for joining. You could have been doing anything in the world, right? You could have been doing anything. You could have been Netflix and chilling. You could have been doing whatever. So I thank you for joining. And B, thank you. Thanks for the support. These classes these meetings are they work both ways. It's just not me. So, the love and the support work both ways. All good. All good. 58 minutes. Anything? Last 2 minutes. I'm straight to the point. Man. I'm concise. I try to be as concise as possible. In business, get to the point. Go sit down. Lisa, peace. Everyone, any final comments, questions, drop in the chat next 2 minutes. Again, if you're trying to get at me, you can book me through my website. If you do email me, you can copy. This is one website, one email you can CC. If you do email me, CC support@theblackbusinessschool.com. A lot of freedom education offered through the Black Business School. Again, if freedom is your objective, prioritize the freedom education. If getting a job is your objective, prioritize the traditional education. So study accordingly. All good, Aisha. I appreciate you too. Well, Aisha, we'll be in touch. Aisha's a great resource. So reach out to Aisha. Anyways, I'm out. Again, my name is Errol Seemangal, and I'm just a free colored man. Peace, y'all.